Politics is boring, and I think it's been purposely made boring for a long time. Reason why? They can steal as much money as possible from the working people.
Lincolnshire County Council is in debt to the tune of £460 million. But here's the kicker. The daily interest on that debt, daily, being funded by council taxpayers, it's £52,000 a day.
And all the councils up and down the country are the exact same. Do you know, everybody is the exact same. Every council is bankrupt. Every council. Who's responsible for this? People need to stand up. People need to see what's happening, because no one else is going to pay it back but us. We are going to have to pay this money back, or as kids are going to have to pay this money back. How do we move forward? How do we stop this happening in the future? But how do we stop people within the councils, within government? How do we stop it from happening? What's the answer?
Okay, I'm not driving, I'm stationary, but I needed to tell you this because my sister just told me that Nottingham City Council has gone bankrupt. So we had Birmingham City Council, we've got Nottingham City Council, and my personal council, Gravesham Borough Council, didn't have enough money to do the fireworks this year. So what the fudge is going on? Is this a sign of thing to, is this a thing, a sign of things to come ahead? Like, is that what's happening? Everyone's going to go bust. And then what comes next? Dun, dun, dun.
As if the UK isn't already a big enough pile of shit, we are now only going to be collecting household waste, general waste, once a month within the next few weeks. Imagine all of this sitting outside in the summer for a whole f***ing month before it's collected. Now there is 42 councils in the UK, all of these ones here, that are looking to reduce when the waste is collected and also your recycling. They are looking to collect household waste once a month, every 4 weeks, and recycling once every fortnight, every 2 weeks. And this could be potentially rolled out and start happening within the next few weeks. What the f*** are we going backwards like this? We're going to be paying more money to councils to get much of a lesser service. How are we going back so far in time? I wouldn't be surprised if so we can integrate better with those that want to live in caves. For fuck's sake.
Hey, have you heard that Nottingham City Council has gone bankrupt? How does a council go bankrupt? I didn't know they were a business. Did they buy a load of hot tubs and hoping to sell them over Christmas? Or did they buy a load of solar panels hoping to sell them in Scotland? No, they'd overspent by £23 million in this financial year. How can you overspend £23 million in 1 year with the people in accounts on poppers? No, it was spent on services and rising costs. Couldn't they do what the other councils had done and just spent what was in the bank account and the kitty? Yes, they did. They followed what Birmingham City Council did. But they went bankrupt too. Exactly. Where's Robin Hood when you need him? He's in Surrey and Westminster looking for councils to rob.
They really took light in freaking UK. What the heck? This is shocking. Yeah?
But do you know that this thing I'm happy actually.
This is the first time this is happening. Like, this is a freaking...
So the city of Birmingham is bankrupt. And they're cutting all kinds of things, which is horrible. But as an immigrant who's lived here just a year, who has a small kid and not many friends and no money, we go to the library all the time, okay? You're going to cut the libraries? You're going to cut the libraries? I'm more ready to mentally accept fortnightly trash pickup than I am to not have a free place to go with my frickin' kid to read books. Moms and babies need the library. They need the library. Free places to be are so important to society. And just from a mom and baby perspective, it's like, okay, you could take them to the coffee shop, well, you have to buy something there. You could take them to the playgroup, those cost money. You could go to the botanical garden, that costs money. In England, you can't really be outside as much of the year as one would like. So you go to the library. The central library in the middle of town doesn't even open till 11 in the morning. What is a mom with a kid gonna do with that, huh? So what, I'm supposed to take a bus into the middle of town with my kid, show up right at 11 when they open, read a book or two, and then be like, oops, we're late for your nap already. Don't close the libraries. Don't close the libraries. People need them. People need the libraries.
Is it just me, yeah, or has anyone else been overtaxed recently? I've looked at my last 2 paychecks from January and now February's just gone, and I've realised £600 over the course of 2 months has been taken away from me. So I've gone and I've shouted at the head of HR, and they're saying literally it's not us, it's literally the government taking out your salary. So then I've called the government and they're saying basically the reason why we've taxed you the £600 over the course of 2 months is because of the interest that was made of your savings this year. I didn't even know I get taxed on how much interest I make on my savings, but yeah, am I the only one that's going through this?
A reminder for you guys to check your tax code. Basically, for some reason now, HMRC decided that I'm in the higher tax code after April. I didn't check my salary like an idiot. And then I went into my bank account, realised that they've been charging me so much tax and my salary got absolutely nuked. And I was just like, what the hell's going on here? So I phoned them and they basically got it all rectified. It was okay, but what I'm trying to say is if there's people out there who haven't checked it, please do check it, because I know there's people like me, or probably even worse than me, who haven't checked in ages. Do check it. Make sure you got the right tax code and you're not overpaying tax, because they ain't going to tell you themselves. You're going to have to do your own work as well. But yeah, get the HMRC app and stuff. It really helps.
HMRC. I'm going to need you to apply the same energy that you do with people who've just barely made it over the tax allowance. You know, the ones who you fine £100 a day if they haven't filed their tax return in time for like literally a couple of fucking pounds. I need you to apply that same energy to the fucking multi-millionaire people who are avoiding tax, like this dude. Because apparently this guy's been avoiding paying the tax on it since the year 2000. Like, oh my God, if this guy was earning like just over minimum wage, you guys would be on that like flies on shit.
Initially, when I became a pharmacist, I thought I would be able to work 4-day weeks, I would be fine, but you just don't make enough money. And in addition to that, it's like, one, you're getting taxed now because you're making big boy money. In addition to that, then I've also got like my graduate tax, aka my student loan, that is coming out of my account every single paycheck that I get, student loan. And then on top of that, then tax, and then NI, and then I'm left with 5p. So like at the end of the day, like I have to work 5-6 day weeks in order for me to kind of make money back. So actually very rude. Like the amount that I got taxed, I was like, I'm actually a child. Why are you snatching money from a child? I'm a child, I'm 26. But why are you snatching money from me? Like, I just made it. You're taking it away from me. Like, in this UK, they tax you so much. There's actually no point of working.
When I say I'm praying for the self-employed girlies right now, I'm praying because it's January. I just filed my taxes. Have I saved any money to pay my taxes? No. No, I haven't. So now, I'm going to be wiped clean out. Oh, everything I have is about to be gone. Is about to be to the tax man. When will I learn? Like, at what age will I start saving to pay my taxes? Because I'm 28 years old, and every year it's the same thing, and every year you'd think I'd learn, but no. My bill isn't even that bad, but I just don't plan ahead. I forget that, oh, the money that I earn, I've got to pay taxes on that. I have to pay the tax man. So I'm truly praying for anyone that is like me and doesn't want to pay HMRC. HMRC, I'm going to pay you. But I'm stressed. When I got that bill through, I finished my taxes last night at like 2 a.m. And now it's going to financially cripple me. So I'm praying for any of you self-employed girlies out there that are like me and you don't save. When will I start being an adult and start saving for these things? I don't know.
Okay, so I just thought I'd share this really quickly. You lot need to make sure you check out your HMRC tax calculation. I was actually owed some money and I had no idea, and I've got some lump sum of money. I don't know if they'll automatically send it to you if you don't go on the page, because it specifically says, like, there's a button on there saying get refund, and you've got to put in your bank details on there, and then you should get your money within 5 days. So make sure you lot look at that, and obviously don't click on any like links that you get in your emails or text messages or anything like that. Go directly on the website, on the Gov website, and do all of that. And you lot might be smiling as much as I am right now because, baby, I got me some money. Yeah?
So you lot make sure you check that out.
I have seen nothing like this in my entire life. Nothing at all, baby. It's in the Chronicle today, which is Newcastle's paper, saying HMRC ought to introduce grass-up family members tax reward scheme in the UK. HMRC want you to grass up your friends and family if you think they are not paying enough tax. How ridiculous is that, baby? Could you imagine just one afternoon ringing up HMRC? Hello? Wallace isn't paying enough PAYE. Since I've told you that, will that mean that I get some money off my tax, baby? I mean, I know the country's trying to rebuild after the last 15 years where it's been chaotic. But instead of putting family members against family members, why doesn't the government just tax these huge multinational companies properly? Isn't that the best thing to do, baby? Cheers.
The UK is the best place ever to live on earth, and if you watch this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should never leave. And the first reason you should never leave the UK is because of the weather. Like, look at this, look at the rain. Like, where else would you want to live? Why would you want to live in the sun when you can live in the rain for literally 10 months of the year? And the best thing is about it, even in the 2 months that it's meant to be sunny here, it might even still rain again, so you don't have to leave. If you're like me and this weather puts you in the best mood ever, makes you productive, makes you do everything you want to do, especially when it's grey outside as well, like, this is perfect, man. Why would you want to be somewhere where it's sunny? Imagine living in a country where it's sunny the whole year. Like, that is so ridiculous. Number 2 then is the people in the UK. Look at this lady here. Look how happy she looks. Look how, like, grateful she is to be in the UK and, like, how much she loves being here. Like, can you just tell? Look at her face. Look how happy she looks, man. Why would you want to go and live somewhere where there's people which don't look like this? This is what you want to see every time you go out your door, when you go into work, when you go to the supermarket. You want to see people looking this happy to be in a country that they absolutely love. So yeah, if you want to be surrounded by happy people, don't leave the UK, man. Now, the third and final one, which is my probably favourite out of all 3, is the housing situation here in the UK. If you're like me and a young adult, this is a perfect opportunity for you, man. Come to the UK, you can literally get a house for about £500,000. As you can see, if you live in England, the average UK house price is £288,000. Now, obviously in London, it's a bit more, but if you live in England, you can get a house for £288,000, 5% higher than it was 12 months ago. House prices are just going up, man. Why would you not want to live in this country? And do you know what makes it even better? If you work a minimum wage job or you work an average salary, you're probably going to make maybe £30,000 to £35,000 if you're lucky a year. And the house prices are only like, I don't know, 7 or 8 times that. Why would you not want to buy a house in the UK? So yeah, this has been 3 reasons why you should never leave the UK, man. If you've enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. And if you can think of any other reasons why you shouldn't leave the UK, drop it in the comments as well, man. I want to hear your opinions.
The reason why I'm moving out of the UK is because the UK is going to crap. Not that it used to be perfect by any means, but it was a load better than what it is now. First of all, we didn't sexualize everything. You could watch TV, you'd look forward to a Friday night, and you'd watch your favorite TV show. You'd be able to get through it without sexual innuendos. They wouldn't be insulting each and every single religion on the planet. They wouldn't be blaspheming every 2 seconds. You'd be able to go to school, and in sex education, they actually teach you somewhat useful information. You didn't have drag queens going in to teach 7-year-olds how to give blowjobs. And yes, this did actually happen in the Isle of Man. The economy is essentially non-existent. High street shops were absolutely decimated in 2020 and 2021. People on full pay at home whilst they were told not to work. The list goes on, and it's quite simply painful to see a country fall down the pan as much as the UK has. Hence why I am moving away. And to top it off, the weather isn't amazing, but at the end of the day, that's not a good enough reason to leave somewhere. The reality is no one is proud of the UK anymore. The country is a bit of a joke. It used to stand for great things, but now it's simply in the hands of an evil, godless government.
The biggest scam in this country is taxes, right? We pay taxes for the money that we make. We pay taxes for the money that we spend. We pay fucking taxes for the things that we own that we've already paid taxes for. We've already taxed fucking money.
So it's just been announced that council tax is going up by 5% in April, which means that the 5% increase we got was not an increase. It was basically like, cheers, mate, but it's going up again. So it's going up again. And then also, unemployment has gone up to 4.4%, and they're surprised. Let's be for real. The UK right now is the ghetto. We're getting so many increases, and salary is still an issue. Salaries are still not going up. How do they expect people to survive? Seriously, how? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the 5% increase?
Ah, well, there we go. Council tax is going to rise for everyone to the maximum amount allowed for the next 3 years at 5%, and councils can also ask for additional hikes if they're facing bankruptcy. For fuck's sake, here we go. When is it the additional 5% gets added every year? I can't remember what month it is. Rachel Reeves, just a few moments ago, said on an interview on Sky News that further spending may be funded by rises in council tax. She also went on to say and point out that councils don't have to do that, but they're kind of being forced to fucking do it, and they're gonna fucking do it. Like they're not gonna hike it up to the maximum amount. Of course they fucking will, they're greedy. She also refused to rule out the possibility of other tax rises being announced in the October budget. She is totally fucking this up. She is winging this. Literally winging it. It seems like someone has lied on their CV to get into a job here that doesn't know what they're doing, and they're just winging it day by day. This is what it feels like what's going on. Correct me if I'm wrong. For fuck's sake.
This is how much you would need to earn to take home £10,000 a month in 3 major cities. In Dubai, UAE, $120,000 a year gross. In New York City, America, £136,000 gross. In London, UK, £205,000 gross. The UK is extremely bad vibes. They want everyone poor and on the same level, need to escape this country. The theory behind the UK tax system is that we pay a higher tax burden compared to some countries in return for having good public services. But when these public services are struggling and in the process of even being privatized, you have to ask yourself, where is that money actually going? Yes, Americans do have to pay for their own healthcare, and the situation with that can be ridiculous, but at least you can see through their higher salaries that they're keeping some more money for themselves. For us, sometimes it feels like we have tax burdens similar to the Scandinavian countries versus the American countries, but we have services that are not anywhere as good as them, so you have to ask yourself, where is it going?
UK taxes are honestly the biggest joke. So I found out that directors in my company make around 125k, so I just thought it'd be fun to see what the take home would be. So I used a take home calculator, and I found out that the take home would be around 78k. Over 42,000 gets taken in taxes. Like, that is so insane to me. Like, honestly, what's the point of even earning more then?
I have seen nothing like this in my entire life. Nothing at all, baby. It's in the Chronicle today, which is Newcastle's paper, saying HMRC ought to introduce grass-up family members tax reward scheme in the UK. HMRC want you to grass up your friends and family if you think they are not paying enough tax. How ridiculous is that, baby? Could you imagine just one afternoon ringing up HMRC? Hello? Wallace isn't paying enough PAYE. Since I've told you that, will that mean that I get some money off my tax, baby? I mean, I know the country's trying to rebuild after the last 15 years where it's been chaotic. But instead of putting family members against family members, why doesn't the government just tax these huge multinational companies properly? Isn't that the best thing to do, baby? Cheers.
Just got this year's council tax bill, and honestly, I'm raging, and I knew I was going to be raging. We get 2 months off a year, right, where we don't have to pay council tax. We are paying council tax. It's just spread over 10 months rather than 12, right? Don't go fooling yourself. But we've had a 4.8% increase in council tax. An increase in what we have to pay, but a decrease in the services that we're going to receive. Because we live in rip-off Britain. I'm absolutely sick of it. I'm not surprised. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for the council tax letters, and it's just filled us with more rage. The country is on its arse. Yeah? We pay more, we get less. We pay more, we get less. Pay more, get less. Honestly, I am so wound up. People can't afford to put food in the bellies. They can't afford to heat the house, but they have to pay more council tax, because if you don't pay your council tax, you go to prison. Honestly, this country is messed up. I wouldn't mind paying more. I wouldn't mind paying more if the services that we got were to a decent standard. Down here in London, yeah, especially the borough of Croydon, load of rubbish. Honestly, it's a load of rubbish. The place is scruffy, it's filthy, the crime levels are high, you can't even get your bins emptied, right? You're paying more for emergency services, I know that, but apparently you wait about 6 hours for an ambulance these days and then you're left on the floor of a corridor. Yeah, corridor in a hospital. That's what we're paying for, guys, that's what we're paying for. Honestly, this country sucks big buttholes and I'm sick of it. Anyway, I'm off to calm down.